We're live. It is Local Climate Heat. Sam Rachel and Sam Philippe has joined us. Let's go to screen share. There it is. Okay, so I've got the usual meeting notes options over here so we can see the text chat from anybody else who joins us. So yes, well, so 2 weeks since we last met, the main developments are that I think we fixed the security issue. I don't know if anybody has remembered that.
Yes. Yeah, that both Phil and Alex.
Right. Yes.
I don't know. I've not
come across it since.
Yeah. Many been using it.
Sure. Yes. I mean, we identified this as being specific to certain browsers want to have these additional intermediate certificates.
Yeah.
And I was never able to replicate it on any of my machines, but we did have. There was a sort of a service, an online service that would check your certificates, and it was pointing that out as a problem. And so we fixed that, and then it said, right, you're clear. And so anyway, hopefully that's addressed. The other thing that we've been working on is, now this is sort of, you won't necessarily see immediate benefits from, but we've been working on this what's called a feature flag system, and what it allows us to do is to turn on and off different features within the within the website. So this, I mean, the main thing we're still working on is the organisation of the volunteers and so on. But we've now got the ability to sort of turn those components, both the presence or absence of the element in the title bar and the presence and absence of the button at will. In the current site, I believe so. I mean, we haven't actually pushed the feature flags out, but and that is that they'll make, hopefully speed up development in the long run. In that what it will mean is that new features as they come through can come in a sort of an off state, and they can get merged in very easily and then switched on as necessary. But so yeah, in the existing sites, we don't have the volunteer opportunities things, but you can still, I think we can go to ops like so and get a list of everything. But yeah, so there's sort of an empty list. Yeah, so I don't think anything too exciting to show there. Although I did, I took a bumping with Steve.
Yes, yes, that's one of your emails. Yes.
Yeah, yes. So I mean, I think he was sort of expressing an interest about where we're up to. And one of the things I was saying was, that we need, in order to go live with it, is we need to have, some list of opportunities.
Yeah.
And so he said yes, he can get some set of opportunities that we could sort of put in there. And when I saw him this week on Tuesday, he said he was just in the process of getting permission from the various organisations with that, for their things to go in. So I assume that all fits in with your.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I could also just send an email to the guys here, and I'll just probably get a couple.
I think that would be great to have them. I think there's still a bit of polishing work to be done in terms of how things look on the interface. I thought we've just got this here and to volunteer ops on the staging server. Yeah, so we've got none there, but we can sort of create a and what we could also be doing is if it's people that we know, like in here, we can be showing them what it looks like on not on the live server, but on a staging server, and say, and so at the moment still this is what the just the show page looks like, and if I load there, so that's the production thing. Yeah. So as you've seen before, so it's a bit Spartan. We'd like to have the map in there. But I think if we have 5 or 10 opportunities that are like real ones with the real data from so on, and that sort of gets us into a better position. I mean that doesn't look too bad there. We've got, but
you can go to the room in transport so they can email you.
Yeah.
Can you try some now?
Sure. Yeah. So I think Alex. Ask Alex to. Yes, we need to look at the other pull requests that we've got in the wire. Some of this could be reading quite easily. John's stuck in it. No, we use Sinatra to act as an internal server. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so on the outstanding action items, I've still got this kind of breaking the thing up into lots of different components, which is sort of a refactoring of the database structure. I guess we're still of the mind here that you'd rather that they had multiple elements to fill in than one.
The one that's going to come over from Alan is actually the template that would do it.
Oh, okay.
That's their structure. We don't have to include to follow them exactly.
Sure. Yeah, and yeah, but so that's on the still on my list of things to do. Did you get any further? Did you say you maybe had a
anyone else questions? I haven't got any further.
Yeah. But yes, I mean, at any point, because you've got the ability to create new pages now, I think you can.
Things been very busy. I'm
sure. Yeah, no problem. You've got a want to volunteer thing on the. Yeah, there you go. Nice.
Actually, we've got some vacancies.
So maybe we could take those and use the. Okay, that's a good find. Go to Voluntary Action Harrow UK/volunteering opportunities. I'm trying to spell that wrong. Great. Volunteering. Aha. Right. So that's very. So that the conclusion action item here would be to get. Yeah.
I'm not sure if St. Mark's would be on there, but obviously Voluntary Action Harrow would be on there. Hope would be on there as well.
Yeah.
If you wanted one to actually have.
Well, we can put things in here, put it on the staging server, and then when we actually go live, it's more, I think, to have the actual materials makes is kind of helpful.
Yeah.
So action items. that location. That's great.
So this is, I've just forwarded over, but this is the example. This is the form of volunteer centre. I have to put them do it. So
right.
Title, role description, skills and
qualifications.
Yeah. There's not too many things.
No.
And I
guess that there's a sort of a thing here of structuring and saying, if you're going to be accepting volunteers, then you need to have at least done the due diligence of addressing all of these issues, isn't there? Yeah, so that makes sense. Okay, and then you've just sent that to my newer grid. Yeah, great. Right, let's see what that there. Yeah, so we can use that as well. Okay.
Interestingly, the guardians always been quite big types of volunteers. They do free online. That has changed from anything. So.
Good to know. Yes, I'm just going to. Very nice. Interesting.
Definitely not free.
Yes. Excellent. Well, even without Steve's input, we've got a few examples to work from. The other thing I've actually just received from Lloyd. This is from Lloyd's.
I've been doing work
and this is not actually yet our bank account. This is the so having filled in the form online, they've now sent me the lots of things. But one of the things is they want to get a constitution or rules of our Agile Ventures organisation. So I mean, we'll go ahead and do that. I just want do you have, for Voluntary Action Harrow, do you have a constitution or rules or something? Is that something that I could?
I can email it over to you.
Yeah, that would be just so the sort of the format for these sort of things.
You set anything up?
Yeah, it's which is the same format that you've gone for, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean we initially set up. They do have model rules that you can just set up.
Yeah.
Which we did initially, and then we changed that.
Sure.
Because we were workers' I'll send you.
Yeah, I always find, I often find it on the website and it says, do this and this and then this. And if I can actually see an example, then it's and I think it's, I mean, we've got, I think, a fairly clear idea about what we want to do. I'm sort of wondering about, length and style of language. And things
one
like
of the things, I mean, I don't know where you're sort of thinking again, if you are and think you can find funding, but one of our funders only had our old one. Wasn't happy because you have to be a not-for-profit organisation, which we are, but there's something in the rules they weren't very happy about. They were upset. I think it's because it's too product-focused. They wanted it to be given to other groups with a similar purpose rather than just a co-operative movement, which is. So it's sort of.
Anyway, but this
please yourself, but you've also got to think who else you.
Yes, I mean in the first Yes, I think in the first instance we're just going to go to whoever is getting the bank account so we can then do the invoice and
you can always change
move on it. Yeah, right.
Send you our most recent one.
Yeah.
Send you the middle.
Oh yeah, please. Oh, thank you. Excellent.
I've got other examples where they all tend to be co-op names. I don't know how useful that is.
Yeah. But that's just fine for the time being. Excellent. Thank you. Yes, and so I mean, I'm not sure that there's much value in. There hasn't really been much change in the Google Tracker in terms of I guess we do actually we have this now is on they're able to create opportunities associated with their organisations. That is actually on production. So I don't know if you want to. And I guess we've got that, and then the list of opportunities. Those are both on production, but maybe if we get some examples in there, then you can sort of that'll let will let you there's changes we want to this one. So I don't think there's necessarily anything we need to review there. And so John, who's been doing a lot of stuff for a long time, he's moved to New York and is busy job searching there. So he's quite taken up with that. We've got the feature components onto. I've asked Marion to be working on reorganizing the interface for new organizations. I'll pull that up quickly. Where would I go to find that? I guess I'd say I'm going to log in as a here. If I'm logged in as a admin, you can go or just actually anything on the editor. But so as we talked about previously about moving this into the center. But I have started doing some very minor little bits of pairing with the students in London on the system, and so there's not much else to show at the moment, but hopefully we'll have some more developments. Otherwise, we've got the relative priorities of things are in this situation that they have been for a while. Is there anything new that's come up from your end about that would make us want to readdress the priorities? It feels to me like the volunteer opportunity thing really is the thing
I think
to get out will actually drive traffic to the site.
I've done a couple I did a big I selected a few a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
And I had one contact me, but I think it's another case of, some people are connected to quite a few organisations. They were connected to one group, but they were looking for a different group. So I edited to change the email to them, but I don't think they then went on and linked up with it. But then I did some more this morning, and one of them straight away when you came into home.
Oh, right.
So
great. Yes.
So
that's yes. Yes, it is. I think there's a situation, isn't it, where people will, they'll be, there was this thing, and then you'll do something to sort of help try and resolve that. But then by then they've then moved on, and they're busy with their other stuff, and they don't necessarily come back to you. But okay, so that's that's nice. I guess we've got right. So this is actually represented. We've now got a lot more users in the system here who are associated with organisations.
I don't think they've signed up though.
No, well they haven't necessarily logged in. They've been and they could in principle log in, but they haven't necessarily. If we look at the, I think this page needs adjustment in order to kind of let us know about the relative activity of these users, whether that person's ever logged in or what have you.
I guess more like the
invited users.
Sort of almost like that sort of timescale last looking.
Yes. Yes. So that's kind of that's clearly having the date there. I can see just by looking at it that you did the load this morning, and that's just very helpful. Kind of a snapshot of what's going on in the system.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's when just I can redo the ones that are 1 month ago. Or I have seen them.
Yes. Yeah.
I guess on that final page of the last activity.
Yeah, I'll just check that we've got something in the system. I think we do have. We have. We've got this one. We've got display last edited date information on all organisations. So we've got that's sitting in the. It's in the backlog. So it's in the list of things to do. The interesting question there is, we could adjust the ordering. Would that be more urgent than a homepage link for the organisations, streamlining this is my organisation, or allowing organisations to edit their categories? Because with that whole categories thing, we could, if this is something that you're going to be using more regularly, we could bump this to the top of the queue. Let's maybe pull that to the top of the queue there.
mean, it's almost there, isn't it? It's just doing that on the other page.
Yes, no, I think not technically challenging. The thing now, of course, with John being more busy is that John is the one who's being very clear on that. So, but yes, if you can get John pairing with somebody, then potentially it's not a. But I think it's the interesting thing that you as kind of the key user of the system, anything that makes your usage of it smoother is kind of is kind of sort of a bigger win. Clearly, having the categories things in there, but we just want to reduce. That's kind of like a bell on the whistle, obviously there. Reducing the friction for all of us using the system is the way to go, I think. Yeah. So maybe I don't know if there's anything else that we need to look at together now.
I've got one question about a different website.
Sure. Yeah.
No, Alex set up, it's Harrow CA.
Right. HarrowCA dot. Right.
It's just very slow, and he's been looking at it, and he can't work out why
it's slow. I think he was talking about doing so like this is a WordPress site. And he's got like some CSS things there. Right. Yes, and I think there's I have used it past various Samppretty who, if you're still there, Samppretty, let's see. Yeah, Samppretty, what do you think is the best profiling tool for assessing, the speed of the loading profile? Can't hear at the moment, Samppretty, if you're...
Yeah, I think there was a website, hold on, let me find that out, website.
I mean, often if you just load something in Chrome, it will start telling you what the delays are on all the loading things. So you've got the timeline here.
Yeah, post a link in the chat, use that, have a look at that.
This is the website that...
Okay, I'll try that.
Okay. Oh yes, I think we've used that in the past. Yeah, you can sort of like there. I mean, just that's even the response to get the very first. That's like 4.6 seconds to actually just return the first web page from the site. I don't know who this is. Is this hosted in 123 Reg? Yeah, I mean that just seems to be being rather slow. Period. But let's see what. But so we can send this to Alex. I mean, I can send you. It may take you a while.
Yeah, just refresh the page, it's finished, I think.
Yeah. It's still in the testing mode.
Okay, it's finished for me, so.
But yeah, so we can, like, just looking at this, all of the individual, presumably, I mean, Alex might also see there, that waiting time to get the very first page is just kind of, that's very slow, 5 seconds, just independently of everything else that's in the page. That's kind of, that's very bad. I don't know if the, see again there, that should usually be almost instant. If we look at, for example, our page here. I need to get this up and get the network and load that. See how long that takes. Yeah, I mean, we're getting that one there. It still takes a little bit, but that's like three. There's 3 seconds. I mean, just it waited 2 seconds to get the original page, and then there's stuff on top of it. Whereas with here, that's waiting 3.5 seconds for the initial page load. Let's see what this one says. So yeah, I mean, it's the same.
Yeah, click on the link that I posted in the group chat, like the last link, because like my test ran successfully. So.
Okay. Okay. But so is this telling us here? If we look at it looks like the first 2 things to be loading there are the very. Can you get that in more detail there? Yeah. So it's taking. So one thing here is it's like taking a second and a half to go from harrowca.org.uk to go to www.harrowca.org.uk, and then it's got 2 seconds waiting to load the first page, which just seems yeah. I mean, there's another long load time there for that admin Ajax PHP. So, but this is, I guess, the kind of thing that I'll send that to Alex as well. We should be looking at to see. I mean, it doesn't make it, the one to. I guess is VA. This site is also hosted on 123. But yeah,
you don't have that problem.
Right.
It definitely seems to be. It's been a while. Slower.
But there's clearly a few other things on there that are, that are being extra slow analysis. Anyway, but yeah, Alex I think can look at that and maybe some things that he can turn off in terms of the like checking are all of these bits and pieces absolutely necessary.
This is another long one.
Yeah, that one seems to be also. If we look at that's interesting. Then like the JavaScript mode. This one, yeah, that appears to be a request to get some particular JavaScript. And then there's also this one down here, which is. I mean, that's. I would be. That seemed kind of odd that WordPress admin Ajax is being pulled in on the home page where it's not an admin page. No.
I'll tell him to listen to this. I'm not even writing notes down.
Yeah, sure.
I'll tell him to listen to the conversation. So,
yes, well, and if he's in next week, we can. Yeah. Thanks, Anthony. That's very helpful. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Well, I think unless there's anything else we can think of. Yeah. So next Thursday, same time should be okay. Good show. Great. All right. Thanks, Sam. Pretty.
Thank you.
Catch up with you later.